Good evening. Late night. So much juiciness in the 𝑨𝒍𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, in the witching hours, as some would call it, when you're up late at night and you wonder, is anybody else out there? What is going on out in the collective? What are you experiencing? What is going on around you? What do you sense? What do you feel? I just decided, because I came home from a late night out with some beautiful people, and I'd had an amazing day of beautiful insights and drop-ins and downloads, and just that I really wanted to share something I don't normally do, regarding when I do a little DMT or I do a little plant medicine. I felt like, let's just go on out there and see who wants to hear, who's curious. Are you curious? Do you want to know? Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to ask the questions, the right questions? Do you want to hear the answers? What about life? What is life here to teach you? What are you here to serve, to teach us in this life? Each one of us is showing up in this life to create, because appreciation is creation. Creation is meant to be appreciated. It's this synchronistic, this symbiotic, one cannot exist without the other. So everything is art, everything is medicine, everything is poetry in motion in some way, shape, or form. Whether it is a thought, a word, music, whatever it is meant to serve in one way, shape, or another. So I was really I had this beautiful moment. I was sharing an experience with my girlfriend tonight, and I said, appreciation is creation. And here's why. Because many people don't really tap into this, because they don't really sit with themselves and recognize that when we visually imagine something, when you have an image that you have difficulty creating, but you've thought it, you've actually seen it. The deja vus that we experience, for example, we come up with creations, these inventions, our imaginations. See, creation is a collective collaboration. So appreciation is creation, and creation is a collective collaboration. We're here to work together. We did not come here to work apart, to be separate, to do things solo. We are here as a collective to collaborate, to create. And when you create and I appreciate, I am recognizing that you have manifested what I have visualized, what I have imagined. That's what appreciation is. It's the awareness that my visualization, my vision, my dream came to fruition, creation through you. Do you realize we were really just recognizing one another in each other? Namaste, Sat Nam. I honor, I bow, I recognize the divinity in you that resides in me, that divinity in me that resides in you. Always seeing that you are me and I am you. When we speak in Kundalini Yoga, we say recognize the other as you, for a reason. Because you can hear about the oneness, you can hear about how we are all whole, we are all the one. And we're individual drops in the ocean, for example, that each of us is an expression of God. And you can't separate, and you cannot go into the polarity. You have to appreciate that the creation of each and every one of us is to have that expression, that experience that God cannot have by itself alone. We split up. We are the whole in individual expressions, in individual articulations. We are the creators, we are created, and we are creating at all times. Wrap your head around that. And when your appreciation is recognized by the Creator, you're creating. And when you're creating and appreciating, it's constant. That is energy in constant motion. That we are the artists, we are the architects, we are it, the doing, the being, the seeing, the knowing. This is why we have these senses, to really tap into. Can you be in that awareness? Can you be in that presence? That knowing that, wow, I'm not just creating this, but I am being it at the same time. And that I'm experiencing and witnessing through you witnessing me. That is why life is about relationship. Because without you, I don't exist. Without me, you don't exist. When we engage with one another, we are appreciating our own creation, that we created one another. There's an old saying in ancient times, I've spoken about this before, that something doesn't exist unless you acknowledge it. Mind over matter. Think about this. It doesn't matter unless you give it attention, appreciation. It will cease to matter. It will cease to exist when you stop giving it your energy. When it ceases to exist, it is no longer in form, because matter is because you gave it that value, that energy, another form of currency. Matter is a collection of your energy, your attention, your focus, your creation. So matter is a form of appreciation, because the moment you gave it the energy, you created it. The thought, the form, the artistic action and expression. You can't take them out of each other. It's like saying, I want to know myself, but you can never truly know yourself except for through another. And that we relate to one another. This is why we have relationship. And we're on a journey and we're sailing through this world, relating together, relationship together. The depths of which we create go so much deeper, so much further than most people are willing to actually give themselves the opportunity to see. But that's because we are just learning how much value, how much we matter. And that's where the forgiveness, the rebirthing, the going within and to nurture that inner child that went through traumas and turmoil in our lives, which we also created. Because even pain is the gift of the experience of this life we came here to have. But to put a label on it, we lose the meaning of it. We say, oh, that was so horrible. We deny it, we reject it, we resist it. But the reality is we need to bring it all back together. That is what makes us whole. You can't appreciate without having something that took you out of your balance, your harmony. To reharmonize, you have to bring yourself back. And the polarity, the swinging on the pendulum, it really sucked. I want to reject it. I want to resist it. But then when you choose the light over the dark, the white over the black, whatever it is you choose, you also deny something in polarity. Where attention goes and energy matters, that's it. Where your attention goes, your focus flows, it grows, the energy, the matter, that, whether you know it or not, conscious or unconscious, your energy, your attention is a form of appreciation. And when you have situations where you're mad at somebody, you have frustration, you have resentment, you want to scream at, you want to get angry, you want to be chaotic, you want to destroy, you want to burn, baby, burn, right? That's just as much as an appreciation, but we don't celebrate that as much as we do when it's something we like, we wanted. We celebrate all the things that are good, but we also need to celebrate the stuff that made that stuff appreciable. Does that make sense to anybody out there? I want to know. Let me know what you think about this and How does it resonate with you? How does it apply to you? This is a message for somebody out there. And it's a beautiful one, because if you're willing to go that deep, you can see the layers that we create and how much deeper we need to dig for the juiciness of this life. That when you can celebrate all that you've rejected over the course of your life and say, wow, now I understand why I am where I am. That without that, I wouldn't even appreciate this. But see, even that you had to appreciate for it to have even gotten to you to here. So this is the appreciation is creation. Because when you're giving attention and energy to something, your focus, that is a form of appreciation. Whether you liked it or not, it is forms of attention and energy and flow and grow and evolution. And this is the journey of life. How do you relate to it? And when you can be in that divine flow and you can let up on the control and just ease on into it, because it doesn't have to be difficult. You don't need to suffer for your greatness. You can choose the easy route, because so many of us have been conditioned to think, oh, I must suffer for my greatness, that I have to go through trials and tribulations. My life should be so, actually play the martyr, carry the cross upon our shoulders of this life, and have to show some form of grit and overcoming challenges. All of that, smoke and mirrors. I'm just here to tell you. When you can get past it and see it as all beautiful divine unfoldings and blessings in our lives, that even what felt like the shit, it was actually there to serve us just as well. When we have these periods where we want to reject what's bubbling up within us, for example, that in itself is your soul saying, guess what? It's time to evolve. I feel an emotion. What is that emotion here to teach me? What is that emotion telling me about myself? What am I here to glean? What am I going to learn about myself in this moment? There's something beautiful there for you. And if you can lean into it with curiosity like a child, instead of rejecting it and wanting to run away, don't run. Lean into it. Appreciation is creation. And if you're willing to appreciate that your emotions, your senses, every little thing that you feel is part of your guidance system, is a connection to your heart and your soul, is all about your creation. And the more tactile, the more present we can be with all of our senses and to feel into whatever is arising, the more we are going to evolve as an individual, as a community, as a culture, as a society, as a world, a collective collaboration. Because creation is a collective collaboration. And to dive deeper into that, to understand that, you have to know that when I envision something in my mind, I come up with an invention, an idea, a thought, I see something, and then it is manifested outside of myself, whether created by another person or I see it in nature, however it manifests, it's a manifestation that's a creation of the collective collaboration. I don't just think it as if it's just me. We are all connected energetically. And the vibration that we are all connecting to each other with is what makes those things possible. Everything that's going on in the world, even in your collective bubble, in your own personal life, is tuned into the frequency of the people that are nearest to you and even far from you, that are all on the same frequency. And when we are collectively going through something, we are doing it together. You are never going to be alone. And it's not to be fixed. Because in order to be whole, we have to be willing to own it all. And when we're rejecting even the parts that hurt, even those parts want love and need to be appreciated, because we are beings of light, and we're meant to illuminate We're meant to create, but somehow we lost our way. Let's say we lost our way, and we're all here to help each other. Like Ram Dass said, we're all just walking one another home. And my vision is to have the whole rebirthing, for us to all return to our womb, our home. Because in order to expand, we also have to be willing to go in. As within, so without. Don't go without. Go within, and you'll be even more abundant. And we will be more in fruition and creation. Because the more you can connect with your inner self, your inner child, your inner being, your inner knowing, and the more attuned you are to it, the more harmonized. And that is the frequencies and the energies. Imagine your channel, this light being, grounding. And I want you to remember to always ground your physical body, because we decided to manifest in this physical body for a reason. These light suits, these flesh skins, whatever you want to call them. This is a temple, and we need to recharge our temples. And we need to make sure we're tethered and grounded into the physical form that we decided to incarnate in, because that's going to make it that much more powerful. And as beings of light, we're here to radiate. We're here to really grow this out. Let me know what you are going through. Let me know what is coming up. What is arising for you in these times, in this moment, especially after this new moon, new beginnings, rebirth. This is the time. This is the time for you to align. Aligning with your purpose, your destiny. Aligning with your purpose, your destiny. Aligning with your soul. No longer denying yourself. Allowing yourself to be seen. Be willing to be seen. Because when you're witnessed, when you're seen by another, it's proof of your gift, proof of your presence, showing you are the gift. That you are creation in appreciation, and you are appreciation in creation. It's absolute poetry in motion to me. Every single thing. It's all art. And we're all connected at the core. And that core is this light, this frequency that we're all trying to bring ourselves back to. And that harmonizing that we're working on right now is to remind us that we are pure, we are whole, and there's no need to deny it, reject it, to try to be anything but who you came here to be. And if you are willing to step into that personal power, you're going to find that you are that strong, that you are that creator. If you're willing to go that far, if you're willing to dive deep, you're willing to dig deep underneath the surface, to go into the womb dome, the womb, because that is your home. That's where you came from, and it's always where we originate and we will return to. So much juiciness, and I'd like to know who this resonated with, because tonight it reminded me once again, the depths to which we keep unfolding the layers. It's very difficult when you have had so much programming, so much conditioning, that you honestly believe that we are separate, that we are separate from Source, Creator, Universe, God, whatever it is you call the higher power, that we are that. We are not separate. We never have been. It's just a belief. And that belief in itself is something that we're all repatterning, rewriting, reknowing, relearning, remembering. Really, that's what life is about. We're remembering who we are. We don't need healing. Healing's the old, It's not about healing anymore, people. Remembering is the new black. If you want to talk about the next trend, it's not about healing. You don't need any healing. You don't need to be fixed. You're not broken. You're completely whole, and you're exactly where you need to be. And as we're walking, we're traversing our paths. Our paths are perfect. It doesn't matter what you choose and how you choose to go about it. The truth is, you have already chosen. You have already decided. You have already determined how your path is meant to unfold. You're just remembering as you go along. It's almost like a reverse engineering. That's what this life is. It's a reverse engineering. It's a remembering. Again, we are the architects of this life. Collectively, when I have a vision and you manifest it, or it's manifested, again, that is the creation and appreciation, and me witnessing it is appreciation, creation, appreciation, and creation. These are the things that I live for. It's the remembering. Those golden nuggets, those moments of, we call that, like that is when you are back. That is the shunya, the 0 point, the oneness, the wholeness, the connection to all that is the divine. That is you, that is me, that is all the eye can see. Total communing, unity and community. It's all one, baby. And you can deny it, but you will always come back to the truth in the end. And it's when you remember, it will click for you. And everybody's going to remember at different points along their paths and along their way. And that is the beauty. That is the blessing of this life, is you get to choose when the light turns on for you and you are given the gift of remembrance. And that is your appreciation and creation. And when creation is in appreciation, there is this, I see you, I feel you, I smell you, I taste you, I can touch you and breathe you. It's when you know your senses are aligned. You are completely in harmony. And you are the source, creator. You are the architect of your life, our lives together. There's not one person on this planet, in this galaxy, in this world, in this universe, that didn't come here to do this together. Whatever plane, planet, dimension, portal, whatever you want to call it, it's all connected, it's all divine. And you just need to be curious and excited for it. No more fear. Step into your fearlessness. Know that you are that potent potential to unfold, to unravel. Are you willing? Are you interested? Are you curious? How deep are you willing to go and dig between the layers that you have created? Because we created all the layers for us to dig out of. All that matter, all that frequency that we builded it up, and we're tearing it down to, again, rebuild it up. Remembering across all of it, that time doesn't exist and we are just here. And we're having all these experiences simultaneously. Life is pretty darn phenomenal. And I hope you take time to celebrate the pain just as much as the pleasure, because I'm going to tell you, pain is being served up to you so that you can recognize that the pleasure was so much worth it, that the pain was that unbearable. Sit with that for a moment. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in, whoever came in. Buddy's on high alert tonight, and the energies are on high alert. I hope you're all doing well, and if you're experiencing any turmoil right now, reach out to me. Let me know in the comments, and I'll like to speak to that in the future, because maybe I do need to do a little bit more of my downloads and what really does come through me. Some of this was just completely new exposure in a new way, let's say, of my remembrance. And I'm very grateful to be able to share that with you. I see you. Because again, whoever needed to hear this, it's appreciation and creation. And I am in creation of your appreciation, and you are creation of my appreciation. It is so fucking beautiful. Soak that up, drink it down, and taste it. So pleasurable. Love you all. Sweet dreams. Good night. Create. Appreciate.